Hello and welcome. Today we are going to demonstrate ELK services for log management of a system for a DevOps engineer. We are going to demonstrate this pattern where Kibana is the log visualization dashboard and a Logstash is the endpoint to shipping log data to the Elastic services. And the most important component is the Elastic services, which actually store the data and indexing it for visualizing on the Kibana dashboard. We are going to demonstrate these things. You can demonstrate this model in different way. Means you can do all this component in a single server, or you can use the separate server for those component, as like you can use a single server for the Kibana dashboard and a single server for the Elastic dashboard, Elastic services, and the single server for the Logstash services. Or you can use all these three components in a single server. You can also use Docker container for this model. So we are going to demonstrate these things on the Ubuntu server version 20.04, and I just take the model is two server system, one for the Elastic service and Kibana dashboard, and another for the Logstash services. Why I choose this model? Because Logstash is a endpoint services which actually uh, they ship the data to the Elastic services. You can have lots of other Logstash server to ship data to central Elastic services. That's why I just separate Logstash services to understand the component activities clearly. So these are the steps we're gradually do on our server for these things. I have already ready two server. In my cases, I took two server. One is the IP address for 192.168.207.100. This is for the E and K, means Elastic services and Kibana's dashboard. And the other server is 192.168.207.101. This one is for Logstash server, and later we will also install a Apache services on Logstash server to collect the data of Apache server to the central dashboard of Kibana. Okay, let's see. I just do the copy paste. You can also do that, or you can go for deep dive as like. Okay, I just do the things, add the GPG key of Elastic repository, Elastic services repository, and all the three things, means Elasticsearch, Kibana, and Logstash, all are with this repository. So once you do the things, you will not need to install or configure other repository for other services. So I just add the GPG key, and then I just add the Kibana Elasticsearch repository to my source list. And another thing is that I must do this step on both server. So now I do the same things for Logstash service server, means 101. pt update. Same things on 100 apt update. The first step is, oh sorry, here is the need to use sudo. The same thing is here. So the repository is now ready for use. So after update this repository, we will install first the Elasticsearch and then configure it for Kibana and a Logstash, and also after that we will install Kibana dashboard. So let's see. Now I just install Elasticsearch from the repository. So it may take time, so just to wait for a while for the readiness. Okay, so Elasticsearch installation has done. So then we need to configure Elasticsearch for a public facing, as we have a separate server, because Logstash need to communicate with Elasticsearch for shipping log data. So to do that, go to edit Elasticsearch configuration file. It's located on etc Elasticsearch, elasticsearch.yml. What's happening? Okay, let's cd to etc Elasticsearch cd sudo cd etc Elasticsearch. Okay, let me switch to root user sudo su and then try. etc elasticsearch.yml. So this is the configuration file where all the configuration related to the Elasticsearch are here. Okay. Let's edit that file. By default, Elasticsearch are facing on localhost. We are going to make it for the outside network, and for this we are searching this one, network.host, to face this for outside one. You can mention here anything like 0.0.0 means all network, or you can also mention here the Elasticsearch server IP 100, and the Elasticsearch is the default port of Elasticsearch is 9200. That's it. So let's restart the service. It takes time. One thing is that the Elasticsearch is a heavy weighty services, so you need to have resource on your system to run it smoothly. Here you can see that my CPU usage is 100% almost. Something is wrong and the Elastic services is not running. You can find it out from journal XC. Here's the things. you will find the root cause or something else from here. Let's check journal again. Okay, we can check the log services, log of the var log Elasticsearch log. One thing, actually, maybe I made a mistake. You need to have Java environment as it is Java based. So I don't have Java here. Let's install Java. apt Java 1711. Okay, we can do this version. You can take any other version. Uh, it's a really important thing that the application dependency. Actually, Elasticsearch is the Java-based application. So you must have a Java environment where you want to install Elasticsearch. Maybe it should work now. Let's see again what happened. Okay, Java. Now Java is installed. And what should about the log? Okay, it's work. And what I actually change it is Elasticsearch.yml. I did the thing is that network.host from all network http.port 9200. Transport host is local host network, and transport TCP port is 9300. Actually, maybe the problem is with these things. It was a default things is that it will overwrite when I change here. It will overwrite with the also here, but now I just do it on the separate part. Okay. Okay, so now our Elasticsearch should respond, yes, as it responds from Logstash server, so it should work. So the another things are that I actually trying to explain that Elasticsearch, sorry, Logstash has some specification to configure, as like this is the part that Logstash configuration file has three different portion. One is the input, means the log is input, and the another one is the filter, means the log inputted log filtered as per the configuration, and then the output means the shipping log. After filtering, Logstash actually shipped the log to the Elasticsearch. And the input and a configuration file should have input and output as mandatory, and filter is the optional, you can or you can't. In this part, we're going to demonstrate a Apache logs to a log to the Elasticsearch and Kibana dashboard. So in that case, I am just write here a configuration file for the Apache Logstash. This is the input part, means the log of Apache is stored. The application by default store it from this file to this file actually, and then I just took that file as a source, and I filtered that part, and the output is the Elasticsearch server where it will store and it will ship. And then the most important things is that the indexing, Elasticsearch will index. I just mention the index name as the name and the prefix, and the suffix is the time and date. It will dynamically write file on the different date. So these are the things. I just copy this input file, sorry, this configuration file for my current Logstash services. Sudo vi etc logstash confd and Apache. I just create it. Apache log.conf. All the conf file, any conf file are stored in this directory. Logstash will take it as a configuration file. Okay, so check, create our first one. Oh, sorry. Copy again. And paste it here. So I just save it. If your configuration file has some problem, your Logstash will not start the service. Okay, let me check now if everything is okay. Logstash will start. Systemctl start Logstash. Yes, it works. Let me check the status. Yes, it's work. Let me enable it. Elasticsearch, Kibana, and Logstash services are configured and connected with each other. So you need to input the data to the Logstash services, and Logstash will filter this one and ship it to the Elastic services. Just give me a little bit, as like this is your Logstash server and this one is your ELK server. This both are well connected. So your ELK system log and Elastic service Kibana. So here is the Elastic service and Kibana, and here is the log server, and these are the ELK. Now it's ready. If I input any log to the Logstash services, it will process and ship to the Elastic services, and Kibana will show these things. In this regards, we will find this index in the Kibana lifecycle log cycle management with the same name, Apache access logs. Okay, so these are the things. Let me finish the work. But we have another plan to input log to the Logstash services. We will install Apache on the same server on the Logstash to input this log. Okay, let me install Apache 2. I just installed Apache 2 on Logstash server to input the log. The Apache will install soon. After installing Apache, the Apache Apache service will create a log of log services on access.log. Okay, let me check. Var log Apache. These are the log file where the Apache will write their own log, and let me check that here only the user has read and write permission and group has the read permission. So the problem is that Logstash user will not read this file. So to do that, we will change the permission mode. Says mode. Uh, to do that, we just now check it with the 777 permission. Var log Apache to all file inside this. So the things what we'll do, everyone has the full permission. Though no need it, we can also use just we can just give the read permission here, means 744 will works also. You can try it. Okay, so now restart the Logstash service. What happened now? The access log has log of the Apache server services, or Apache service will write its own log on the access.log, and Logstash will read this log and process it and ship it to the Elastic services. Okay, now restart the Logstash services. And just check with the trail access var log access Apache access log. Okay, now I can, if I browse here 192.168.207.100, no sorry, not 100.1, the Apache service default page, and the things is that the log is generated here. What I think it can do now, I can reload it for several times with the reloader. I do this with a 5 second, every 5 seconds the page will reload. It will generate lots of log. Now go to the Elasticsearch. Again I go with the new for directory tab 192.168.207.10560. Okay, this is the this is the Kibana dashboard. I just do this mute warning. This is the Kibana services UI. Okay, rather I explore it my own. This is the Kibana and Elasticsearch. Okay, now click on the discover. Here you will find the index management. If you click on it, you will find the name that you are configured, the Logstash index part, output part means here. Okay, this is the logis. This one. So this is the, this means that you are doing everything well. Now create a index for filtering. It will discover everything. So go to discover, create your index pattern. The name should be SMS Apache, this one, Apache access logs, and the asterisk means the if it generate the different files, like as I mentioned that it will generate file as per the date, so it will have different files. So the asterisk means all other suffix, and the timestamp is the timestamp. Okay, and then create this index. Now everything sets fine. If you go to discover now, you will discover the log is generating. Yes, and you will find everything here: timestamp, version, from where, the OS, then everything, the client IP and the HTTP version, message, everything. You can you can do everything here, or get the details thing as table or JSON format. So now you can do anything, and totals 45 hits. It will, if you refresh, the hit is increasing. So it's working. Okay, let me review again what we have done today. The things is that we have two server. One is for the Elastic services and Kibana. Another is for the Logstash, and later we have configured Apache on the same server. Means in this two server, the component what are working for what as likes. Apache is the application that is now responsible to produce real-time log, and Logstash will take those log that Apache generated, and with the configuration steps, it will filter that log as per the instruction and ship it to the Elastic services. Elastic service will store those logs that Logstash send and index it for the web view of Kibana, and then the Kibana will display the log for the for understanding more clearly and presenting the log more clearly. So these are the things